Hello everyone, my name is Leslie Sanamatan and I will be the presenter for the group. So our group project title is Relationship between China's Extension and Global Red. So next slide. Next slide. Okay. So this is our background of study and problem statement. Okay, for the top one, it is exchange rate. For the bottom one, it is trade balance of China. So we can see through this graph, the exchange rate of China was fluctuated over the years. However, the trade balance of the country keep on increasing, but it harms the export of China and its competitor. Next slide. Okay, so this is our general objective. It is to investigate relationship between trade balance and exchange rate in China. For the specific one, our objective is to examine how China's trade balance and how China's trade balance are affected by the changes in the country currency rate, and to investigate at the long and short run relationship between China's trade balance and exchange rate. Next slide. Next slide. Okay. Okay, so this is our conceptual framework. So for the left one, it is our independent variable such as real exchange rate, nominal exchange, GDP growth rate, and inflation rate. For the right one, it is our dependent variable, which is trade balance. So for example, high levels of import relative to export can put upward pressure on domestic price, contributing to inflation. So this could affect trade balance of China because if the domestic price increase, the demand from another country will decrease, which it will lead to trade deficit. Okay, next slide. Okay, for this one, this is our research hypothesis. For H1, there is no statistically significant relationship between exchange rate and trade balance. For H2, there is a statistically significant relationship between exchange rate and trade balance. Next one. Okay, this is our data description. So our chosen time series is 1994 until early 2014. The reason why we choose this time series because due to its significant changes in China's exchange rate policies. So our variables, for dependent variable, which is trade balance. For independent variables, it is real exchange rate, global GDP growth rate, and etc. So for this, to get the data, we use secondary data such as World Bank, CEIC database, IMF, and so on. Okay, next one. Okay, for the analysis, we use unit root test, co-integration, auto-regraded, which also known as ARDL. So for unit root test, according to unit root test, if the test statistic greater than critical value, we need to reject the null hypothesis. We can conclude that the series is stationary. Meanwhile, if the test statistic less than or equal to critical value, we need to accept the null hypothesis because the series is non-stationary. For the co-integration, if the trace statistic is more than critical value, we need to reject the null hypothesis because there is co-integration. For if the trace statistic is less than critical value, we need to accept the null hypothesis because there is no co-integration. So for the last one, rejecting the null hypothesis if the F statistic is greater than the upper bound, the variables are co-integrated. Also, inconclusive results, if the F statistic falls between the upper and lower bound, the test results are inconclusive. And the last one is not co-integrated. If the F statistic is less than the lower bound, the variables are not co-integrated. We can use the ARDL approach to test for long-term relationship between variables. So we can use all of this to measure to do this research. That's all from our group. Thank you.